ones. How are you doing? I wanted to come on and to do a quick topic about boundaries and your own personal self love. So, how do you define self love when it comes to your other relationships in your life? A lot of times we can block, stop, or slow down our own self love because of other people in our life. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. A lot of times we're not able to love ourselves to our fullest extent possible because of the way other people will treat us. Hey, real odds and evens, how are you doing? Sometimes we're not able to love ourselves to our fullest extent possible because we have too much drama around us. Do you know individuals like that, loved ones, that every time they come around you, they bring their drama, their negativity, and all of it is just draining. It drains, it strains, it gives you a headache, it disrupts your positive mindset and your focus. And I think sometimes people just do that. They want to tell you all about their problems, and they're asking for you to give them a solution, but time after time they don't do anything with the information you give them. They're not willing to change. All they're willing to do is to complain. And that's one of the things that I had to learn, that I can love people, you can care about people, but at the same time, you can't let people and their problems overwhelm you to the point that you are so busy in trying to assist and support them that you forget about your own self-care, and you forget about your own self-love, and you forget about your own dreams. You could start drowning in a sea of other people's problems. I know that I have definitely been guilty of that, drowning in my life, being very miserable and unhappy, so stressed out, and it's not even my problems. So if you have people in your life and they keep bringing you their problems, their drama, there is a thing that we have to set boundaries. And I know that people don't like it. I know. I know when I was in that space of myself being toxic, because I know how to be accountable and I can say what I did and the changes that I made to turn into the person that I was. And I had somebody to give me some tough love. And when you set boundaries, you let people know that their behavior is not acceptable and that you're not going to take it anymore. You're not going to take it. You don't have to take it. And nobody wants to hear about it. If you keep enabling people to disable them and make them feel that it's all right, you make people feel that it's okay because you don't cut it off. You don't stop it. You tell them, I don't want to hear about it. If it's not positive, if you're actually not going to do anything to change it, I don't want to hear about it. And what they do with that, that's their business. You know, people love to call you rude and you're not supportive when you don't want to partake in their melodrama. You don't want to partake in their negativity, or that they made poor choices and now you're supposed to come around and fix it. No, you need to make better behavior. You need to do better. You need to make better decisions. It's not your problem to bail people out. And that used to be me. You know, I was in that space for such a long time, feeling that I had to be the person to fix and to support, and I felt guilty if I had the time or the resources. Why shouldn't I help them? Good morning, Miss Betty. I felt like, why shouldn't I help them? I can afford it. I have the time. Yes, while you have the time, it's your time to do what you want and to live your life and to handle your business. It doesn't make us selfish, loved ones, because we're making a choice to choose ourselves. We're making a choice to use our resources in the way we want to do, in the way you want to, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, with your resources and your goals and your talents. For me, I had to learn that self-care means making a choice to choose me, choose my mental health, choose my happiness, choose my peace, choose to be able to do what I want to with the money that I worked hard for. Yeah, big facts. I had to learn that part, that I'm the one that works hard for my money. Because you have money, it doesn't mean you have to give it away. It doesn't mean you have to explain why you're not going to give it. Because it's no. You know, I personally, I can't speak for all of my loved ones, but I know that there were some like me that felt guilty for not giving money or not doing something for someone when we know that we could, or we could afford, or, whatever. If we don't cut off the negativity, the toxicity, we don't give people an opportunity to grow up. We block people from maturing. We block people from being accountable. We block people from making better choices if you always come along and fix it. It's not our job to fix a grown woman or a grown man. They have to make better choices. They need to make wiser choices. They need to carry their own loads and responsibilities. It's not our problem. And I'll tell you, when I started to tell people, I'm not going to be, treating you like you're a toddler. You need to handle your own business. You need to fix your own plate. You need to wash your own clothes. You need to do, whatever it is to the people in our life. And that was hard for me. It was hard for me to step back and to not feel that everybody needed me. They need me. And if I don't do it, who's going to do it? That savior complex. We feel sometimes that we have to save people from themselves. No, you don't have to save anybody from themselves. You're stopping them from being independent. It's one thing to be nice and kind, but it's another thing to do everything for everybody so that you disable them from taking care of themselves. And that's not true love. That's toxicity. It's manipulation. It's being controlling. Okay. You have to take your hands off the wheel and let people make their own decisions. Yes, sometimes people are going to fall flat on their face, but that's not our problem. I bet you when they fall flat on their face, they're not going to keep falling flat on their face. They're going to find out, oh, I don't have a safety net. I don't have anybody to rescue me. Maybe I need to make better choices. Okay? And that is how you show people that you really love them. Love means I'm going to love you enough to say that you have to do it for yourself. I'm going to love you enough to say that I can't be your safety net all the time. Sometimes, if I can, but don't depend on me for everything. Okay? So let's get back into talking about self-care because it's so important. Many people think self-care is the outside, how you look, your hair and your skin and your teeth, and your body positivity, how you view your body and how you look and all those things. And yes, while it's nice and it's important because it's good for our self-esteem to look at ourselves in the mirror and to say we look good, because that makes it goes with our mind. When we look good, we say we feel good. But at the same time, we also have to focus on the things that you cannot see from the outside. It's our mental health. It's how we're coping with our life emotionally. So if we do not take moments to pause and to pour into our own self, unplugging from toxicity, cutting people off that are using and abusing us, that's self-care. Self-care means boundaries. Self-care means I choose me. Self-care means I love myself. And even if you don't like it, because that used to be the thing, is making myself a last option all the time. I was last on the list. And sometimes you don't even get to yourself. And that's not good. So on today, I wanted to talk to my loved ones really quickly for these 10 minutes and to say this: Choose yourself, set those boundaries, love yourself, and do what you need to do for you. I'm Love Marlene 411. Thank you so much for tuning into this topic. Self care means boundaries, set them and enforce them. People may not like it, but you'll find that your mental health will be restored. You'll be able to have the money that you worked hard for. You'll be able to not feel worn out and drained by listening and involving yourself into things that is not even your concern. Choose yourself, set those boundaries, and love yourself every day. I'll see you guys on the next one.